Hello, welcome back to Fallout 76. I've missed the last few, but yes, Minerva's back. And she's got some pretty good items on sale. She'll be setting up camp at Foundation. After you spawn in, go straight ahead past the bridge, and she'll be right where I'm shooting at. Like I said before, her menu is pretty good this time, especially for those who don't have a set of top tier commando armor. Let's quickly talk about each item in turn, going from the most useful to the least. Secret Service armor is one of the best for people who want to play outside power armor. It is literally endgame gear and worth investing in. If you've seen my previous videos discussing Secret Service armor, one big difference with the new legendary crafting system is that Secret Service armor is not legendary by default anymore. So the pro is that you don't need a legendary module to craft a piece, but the con is that you don't get a random legendary piece anymore. Now you have to craft it, and then spend legendary modules to make it into random legendary. So the overall cost has gone up in terms of how many legendary modules you have to spend, but of course the benefit is that you can tweak the legendary properties to get a god roll. Like I said before, Secret Service armor is top tier end game armor, and it's still well worth investing in. But make sure you don't get the helmet because it has no benefits in combat. This is a backpack mod that seems to be pretty popular out there. It basically replicates the third tier Traveling Chemist perk. So you can use it to save 3 perk points under strength. But of course, that only works while you're wearing the backpack. If you regularly jump into power armor like I do, you should keep in mind that that removes your backpack. So either be ready to swap perks or just embrace being fat. But of course, this mod is only beneficial if you carry tons of chems. If you don't, then just use the high capacity instead. If you've been converted to the Church of the Gauss, then you know that the minigun is pretty damn good, and you'll be able to buy some mods for it in this sale. The gunner sights are a no-brainer and reduce your VATS cost and increase your accuracy. But even outside VATS, you can still benefit from getting the sights. It's just easier to aim. There's also 2 magazine mods on sale. Both increase the capacity of the minigun. Not that it actually needed it, but it is an actual benefit. And they both give you a small energy damage component. So they're obviously better than using no mod. But the capacitor mod also increases the reload speed. So to me it comes down to either the capacitor or prime receivers. I use the prime mod because while it might not be amazing on the minigun, it's definitely better on the Gauss rifle and it is easier to farm for ultrasight 2mm ammo. But overall, the mods on sale are good, and if you use the minigun, they're worth the gold. The Glaive is a top tier melee weapon. Obviously it's not as good as a chainsaw or an auto axe, but with the right mods, the Glaive is a one-hit weapon against most normal enemies. I'm showing you footage of an unmodded Glaive with a bad first star. I do have an unyielding set, so I'm getting a massive damage bonus from strength, but even with an unoptimized setup, you can see that the Glaive is very effective. It's pretty expensive, so unless you're going for a dedicated build, it's not really worth the gold. These are floor tiles that let you plant crops on them. They're most useful if you set up camp in a location that doesn't have much dirt available. So let's say a cliff. You get several shapes and sizes to fit whatever you want, but generally they're pretty straightforward. A side benefit though is that you can put your crops above the ground. This is useful because a lot of random enemy spawns tend to target the nearest camp item, and that tends to be the crops. So if you're tired of having your plants destroyed, it's not a bad idea to put them on the roof where they can be protected from harm. This is a disease curing machine that you can set up in your camp. Obviously it has the benefit of saving you disease cure chems because you can cure anything with a quick hop to your camp. It's much more useful than it used to be because a lot of the new and modified perks give you benefits if you're not diseased. So I guess that crapping your pants is not in fashion anymore, eh? But I don't really recommend buying the machine unless you have a lot of gold, because you can simply drink from the fountain at White Spring. That also cures all your diseases. This is a top tier power source for your camp. Normally that would make it a must-have purchase, but the problem is that it does exactly what the fusion reactor does, and the fusion is easy to obtain. The super reactor is also a lot bigger, so unless you're going for the look of it, it's not really worth your gold. The cattle prod is an electrified melee weapon. It's not bad, but it's been overtaken in usefulness. You should instead get the V63 shock baton from one of the Skyline Valley quests. It's pretty similar in effectiveness. So there you go, this is what Minerva's got on sale this time around. Like I said at the start, there are some pretty good items on sale, and I hope you're able to get what you need. So have a good one, and I'll see you guys later.